نمات رو چشام بیا و مهمونم شو، گرمی خونم شو، ببین پریشون دلم، بیا آرومم کن ای جونم، میخوام عطر تنت بپیچه تو خونم.
Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Erissa. Irani.
Awesome. Erissa, what are a few words you would use to describe yourself?
Ooh, that's not an easy question, is it? Quiet, or introverted, I guess. Always pensive, but pretty eclectic in what I like. So, yeah.
Well, good. I get to ask you about that. Well, you know, I will start off right with that. What is your favorite song?
See, that's the thing. My senior speech talked about Persian music, so it would have to be something of that, but no one's ever heard of it before. So I'd have to spell it for you though, because it's kind of, yeah, but I can.
Okay, well, what is it called?
Called I Junam by I can't. His name is kind of weird, but it's called I Junam, and it just came out I think 2 years ago or last year. Like the video just came out this year, so yeah, it's a cool song.
Why do you like it?
Why? Usually the Persian music I like is kind of a mix of traditional Persian and modern. So it's got like rap, because there is rap. I don't like rap per se, but I like, it's very distinctive what traditional is. It's just music that makes you dance, dance in Persian and all that, so yeah. And that's one of those songs.
Okay.
So.
All right, well, I'll just hit you with like a bunch of favorite things.
Oh, okay.
Favorite movie, book, or author, TV show, and food and color. And you don't have to answer all of those.
Oh, okay.
If you don't want to.
Sure. Let's see. Favorite book is kind of an iffy one because I like British lit. So like Jane Austen, Bronte sisters. I'll just throw that out there. Favorite movie, Pride and Prejudice. Sure, why not? What favorite color? That's the thing. I don't really have one. I kind of like, it depends on the mood. But usually I like red, yellow, and purple. Like those are the three, or green sometimes. You know, again, that's all. What was it? Favorite food? Anything chocolate. I mean, that's typical, but anything chocolate, yeah.
So good favorites.
Yeah. I like eclectic, like I said, but
Indeed.
yeah.
Like solid, very solid.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to come to Harpeth Hall?
Sweet. Well, came from Harding, as a lot of other girls that are grade did, and I was picking between here and USN. What I liked about Harpeth Hall was, I guess, I mean, I know, you know, it's not co-ed, no boys, but like the fact of taking classes with girls would just be a whole different perspective. It would teach me how to be more confident, how to be more of a leader as a girl, you know, all that. I think what I was interested in, like, you know, wanted to play volleyball in high school, or tried to. And I think Harpeth Hall had a better team, or better facilities for that than USN. And now, you know, people will say that USN is more diverse and all, but I think Harpeth Hall is diverse in the way people think more, and the fact that girls want to learn from each other what they don't know. So that's why I chose it, and I've been happy ever since.
Awesome. Kind of leads me into my next question, which is, what extracurricular do you do that you really, or that you did, that you really enjoyed at Harpeth Hall or otherwise?
So volleyball would be one. I mean, saw a lot of people come and go, like your sister. But yeah, I've loved the seniors on the team, and I'm so proud of them for all they've accomplished. I'm glad Warner is going to play at UNC. I was so excited. And the other two, I know they're going. Delara and Katie, I know I think they've decided on college too, so I'm glad to them. I've also liked Real World has been, I think, a big thing that for 4 years I've been a part of, and I don't regret the 4 years it was been an integral part. I got to learn about other people, like other cultures, whereas I could also talk about mine, and I love talking about Persian culture, so, I mean, obviously. So that's been one. I mean, I've done so many different things. I've done math club, I've done logos this year, which was awesome. I mean, I really wish I had joined it before. I mean, that was one of those things like, someone was just saying, oh, you should write an article for logos, and I, wouldn't have done that in middle school, but, did an article last year for the first time, and I was like, yeah, I want to join. It's fun. So, yeah, I mean, it's all over the map, really. It's like engineering and math all the way to, like, all kinds of stuff. So. And then winter, obviously. And I've done, going to England this year was the best decision I have made. And then my internship junior year, I think has helped with my college decision. So, it's awesome.
Yeah. What have been some of your favorite moments of high school and why?
My favorite moments of high school. Wow, that's tough. It's kind of broad, but I'll say it's when the times when our grade in particular comes together. Like when somebody, like for example Maggie. Like right now Maggie is recovering from surgery, and we all want to write her get well notes and make her a card. Or when Nora's dad died, we all came together and it was a loss for Nora, but it was also a loss for all of us too. So or like that, or we come on the senior patio on Fridays and have a dance party. So for our grade in particular, our grade is just one of those grades where it's very rare to have that many people who can get along with other people that they're not necessarily friends with, but they still are together.
So what do you think are some of the best aspects of Harvard Hall, and what are things that you think you would change?
Best aspects would be how open everyone is to change. Like I know compared with MBA, I think we're much more open to keeping traditions, but then making new ones. Also, of course, everyone probably says this, but like faculty to student relationships, I would never change that. It's something I'm gonna miss in college. That's what everyone misses. I've definitely that's been the biggest part of Harvard Health, my relationship with my teachers. Something I would change. I don't know. There's always some nitpicky things that they're very person dependent. There's like some people that I think they could change the perspective of some people. They're nothing big in general. Not saying that everything about Harvard Hall is fantastic, great, and everything, but nothing like major, So, yeah.
How do you think the people here have kind of, helped you develop as a person, or just changed you?
Yeah. A lot of people, when they first see me, they probably are like, oh, she's really I don't know, because I'm always when I went to Harding, I was really kind of in my own self, more, you'd say introvert, but I'd say more, would like to think to myself more than say my thoughts out loud. Mm-hmm. And so, in particular, like with academics, some people think like I worry a lot about grades. But I think the people have kind of helped me kind of be able to vocalize how I feel, giving me a different perspective on how to deal with situations. So this is kind of a short answer for it, but yeah.
That's good. That was really good. Who in your life, anybody, has been really influential so far?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say mean, I know people say their moms, but I say my family in general. Because my mom came, I'll say my mom because my mom came from a very hard background and had to overcome a lot. And so, but what she does so well is that she wants to help you by revealing her own experiences and what she did. And for like, even though they were hard, she still can talk about them and see the positives of what happened. So that, and then, I mean, she compliments my dad so well. My dad is just kind of, he's kind of like me, he's more kind of into himself, but he's really funny when he can be. My mom's kind of, and my mom can be really funny too, but she's more, you know, she'll be the one to vocalize a lot more, so there's kind of like balance. And then my brothers, I mean, they're so different. The older, younger one, if that makes sense, is 15. He's 15. I think he's the most social one in our family. So he also kind of helps me get out of my shell when we're together. And then, of course, the little one is 6 now. So seeing him grow kind of is like helped me learn things that I didn't know. Made me have fun, like remember to have fun or like be a kid, you know, like doing all that. So just all of those together.
What do you consider things that you've been really proud of in high school or in general, accomplishments and that kind of thing? And is there anything that you kind of wish you hadn't done or just you wish you had done differently and that sort of thing?
Yeah. Something I think I'm the most proud of the fact that I wouldn't. Well, let me start by saying what I wish I would have done differently because I think it will help with what I'm proud of.
Sure.
I think what I wish I would have done differently was give off the impression that I'm not so focused on academics all the time. I mean, yeah, I do have moments where I like break down, and it's really bad, and it still is. But it's not like I care about the outcome more than the process as to what happened. So I think, I mean, trying to convey that impression more than like the actual outcome. And then what I've been proud of, I think, is in certain parts of what I've done at Hartwood Hall that it's improved, like volleyball, I would say. I didn't get a lot of playing time this year, but I mean, it's one of those things where you could, complain all the time, and there are people who have, and I've seen people do it, but and I've almost done it myself. Of course, I mean, I've complained, in my own head, but it's not like. And then I think there was a point where I realized I couldn't really do anything about it. I had to make the most of it. So, and I did, and it was probably, I mean, not because it was senior year, but it was the best season that I had here because I learned to do that. I think so. Yeah.
Well, I guess which classes and teachers particularly, I know that there's a lot here, have you really enjoyed or have helped you kind of develop your passions?
Oh my goodness. So many. Thinking, I want to say, I'm kind of going through the years in my head. The person freshman year, she was my advisor, Miss Powers. I think she really helped me transition into Hartwood Hall. She was my English teacher, and she's actually the one who got me into real world. So for that, she was, I think, the reason that real world was such a big part of high school for me, because I didn't even know about it until, right before the club fair. So, and then now I'm thinking more to sophomore, junior year, I should say. I've had Miss Jervis for the past 3 years out of 4. And even as a teacher, even outside of class, she's dealt with my worst moments. That's all I'll say. So I'm so grateful for her. She's also good about sharing, giving really good advice from personal experience. I think all my advisors have been like that. Ms. Jervis was my junior year advisor. Miss Croker was my sophomore advisor, and both Crokers. Let's just say I had Mr. Croker junior year and Mrs. Croker sophomore year, and the pair of them are so different, but they give you different perspectives of how to approach something. Like Mr. Croker, when we talked about poetry, for example, was so different from when we talked about, books in Mrs. Croker's class. So, and then of course college counseling in general. Not really help with college, but I have Miss Evans, and she's my advisor, and she is so good about, telling what she thinks, and I really need that opinion sometimes. So, there's so many people I can name, like Miss Beagle and Real World. I can name so many people, but those are just some of them. Yeah.
What do you think for you personally has been the most difficult part of just kind of growing up, or just being a teenager in the general sense?
Okay, well, not letting my emotions get in the way of how I communicate with people, especially my family. It tends to get worse when I'm at home than here. So, they say, oh, it's teenage hormones, but whatever that means. Yeah, so that, and just not letting, if I'm mad, not letting that influence the rest of whatever's going on. So, yeah.
What advice would you give to freshmen or your freshman self?
I'd say, of course, live in the moment, because high school's not going to happen again. And of course, they always say college is the best part of your life, but I wouldn't look forward to college so much as enjoy the moments, because I think moments in high school are so different than college. Yeah, definitely that, especially to my freshman self. I wish I would have not focused on my future more than my present. So yeah.
What do you think you're going to miss the most about being here?
God, I don't. So many things. Just the people. Where I'm potentially looking at colleges, I have 3 top ones to this day, and I think all of them you won't find. Any college is the same, but I don't think it'll be the same in terms of faculty to student relationships and student to student relationships that you get out of school with only 100 people. I've met people from different high schools who have 1,000 in their class, or even 300, and they still don't have what we have with 100. And that's not really because of small size either. I think it's of more personalities. Small group, big personality, all that. So, and just the fact that people here are just so welcoming of new things. That's really the main thing that I think I've learned from, and that they really focus on woman education, if that makes sense, woman empowerment, all of that.
Is there anything else that you want to add?
This was a really good idea. This Final Day video. I like yeah. So I hope that the younger classes now will keep doing it. But it's a really smart idea, and I've learned a lot from other people who've done it, and I've really enjoyed doing it. So there you go.